In preparation of sending my daughter off to kindergarten, it's really hit me how many of us don't start the things we deeply want because of fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of failing, fear of not being enough. In this episode, I'm breaking down how fear sneaks in, how it blocks our manifestations through inaction, and what it means to show up, scared and all, for the life you're meant to live. Let's get out of our heads and into aligned motion, starting with this conversation. Welcome to the Manifestation and Money podcast, the show where we tackle the taboo topics of money and manifestation. I'm your host, Jenni Schultz, former 9-to-5 grinder who ditched the status quo and went all in on creating a life I love. Yes, I use manifestation. Yes, I took action. And yes, I created a 7-figure net worth before turning 40. Every week, I'll bring you inspiring stories with money mavens and manifestation masters. From learning how to make more, save more, and grow your wealth to unlocking the power of manifesting your dream life. I am so excited to play in this space with you. Let's jump into creating a life you love. Hey, manifestors and money mavens. Welcome back to the Manifestation and Money podcast. Today's episode is a little personal, triggered by a milestone happening at our house. So my daughter Kinley is starting kindergarten in a few weeks, and watching her get ready for this new chapter has made me reflect on something we all experience, no matter our age, and that is the fear of the unknown, and how often that fear stops us from showing up for our dreams, from stepping into the very things that we've been manifesting. So today I want to talk about how fear, especially that fear of the unknown, can block our manifestations, and more importantly, how can we move through it with courage and just a little bit of trust? There's an inner dialogue that holds us back, and I'm sure this isn't news to you. You all know this on some level. Watching Kinley in anticipation of her first day, I can see it. That nervous energy. Scared-sighted was the word she was using to describe that mixed feelings of scared and excited that she had in her body. And there are dozens of questions swirling around in her head. What if I don't make friends? What if I don't know what to do? What if it's scary? And guess what? I have pretty much the same questions going on over here in my head, along with, will she drop one of the inappropriate words that she picked up over summer on the first day of kindergarten? Will there be tears from her, from me? There are so many unknowns, but here's what I told her. You don't have to know everything. What we do know is the start time. We know where we're supposed to show up. So that's what we have to do. We just have to show up. And friends, that applies to all of us too. So often in manifestation, we wait until we are 100% confident, until we're sure, until it's guaranteed. And honestly, that's when we stop manifesting. Not because the desire isn't real, but because inaction rooted in fear, it blocks that energy that we're trying to call in. One of fear's favorite tools is inaction. So let's call it what it is. Fear loves to dress up as logic. It says things to us like, let's just wait until the timing is better. Or I don't know enough yet. Or you're probably not ready. But here's the truth. You're never going to feel ready for something that you've never done. You can only become ready by doing it. And now fear is primal in us to keep us safe. And we have that fight or flight in us in those do or die moments. And I do believe keeping ourselves safe, making good choices for ourselves. But in most situations where this fear-based response kicks in, it isn't actually a do or die situation. It might be a situation where we try something new and get a little red in the face, or where we feel uncomfortable and sweat through our shirts. The fear of failure, fear of success, fear of judgment, fear of losing control, fear of not being ready. All of these fears can feel like protection, but they're often just masked as procrastination or perfectionism. And trust me, I am well versed in both of those. And to this day, I still get caught up in them. But getting yourself on the other side of them, the other side of fear, that's where the momentum is. So the manifestation energy that most people miss is becoming ready by doing, showing the universe that you're taking the steps towards being the person who has the thing you want. Manifestation isn't just about visualization, it's about becoming. We're mixing the woo with the do here. It's about moving the version of you who already has the thing, the experience, the confidence, and that version of you who has what she wants, she shows up, even when it's uncomfortable. Now, here's the million-dollar question that we should ask ourselves in those fear-based action-stopping moments. And that is, what if it goes better than I think? The other thing fear does is fill in the blanks with the worst case scenarios. So why not challenge it? What if your boss is open to you asking for a raise? What if you can build a 5 to 9 gig so that you can leave your 9 to 5 job? What if you can open the investment account to start saving? What if you can create the life you've been journaling about? What if you think you're too late, but right now is actually the perfect time to start? We assume so much about what might happen, and oftentimes for the worst. Most of the times, it's not actually the things we fear. It is simply what we imagine that things will feel like. Now, assumptions aren't truth. They're just untested stories, stories that we've made up in our own mind. So why not spin that story for a better version? Think of something that you're fearful to take action on and ask yourself, what fear-based story is stopping you from taking your next aligned action? And what if you took steps towards that just by showing up and starting? What if your only job was to pick the teeny tiniest next step towards what you want and just show up? Just like Kinley getting ready to walk into her kindergarten classroom without knowing the rules, the friends, or the routine, you don't need to know everything to begin. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just need to take the next, or first, aligned step. Show up with an open heart. The universe doesn't need you to be fearless. It just needs you to be willing to participate. It needs your energy and motion towards what you want and away from the things that you don't want. Your belief in motion. It wants you to trust the idea that you have in your head. It's yours to claim. Your courage needs to be in motion, even if it means you might feel a little uncomfortable in the process. So allow yourself to stretch. Think of a balloon. Now blow it up. Now let the air out. That balloon doesn't go back to the same shape. It is stretched. It has grown. And that is where manifestation happens, in the space between vision and action, the space where we allow ourselves to stretch into that new version of us who has what we want. If affirmations work for you, I'll leave you with a few here. I show up for what I want even when fear is present. I trust that the unknown holds something good for me. I take bold steps even when I don't have the full picture. I take aligned action even when I don't have all the answers. If affirmations don't work for you, you can try journaling it out. So ask yourself, what fear is currently stopping me from taking actions towards what I want? If I could show up bravely today, what would it look like? And then write it out. Journaling can be such a powerful tool to get those fear-based limiting thoughts out of your head onto paper so that we can look at them objectively. You can look at what you've written and challenge those questions further. What would the best case scenario look like here? Because why not plant that seed? We're manifestors, right? So why not build out the best case scenario? I believe you can create the life you've been journaling about, especially by saying yes with action towards it. So if there's something on your heart right now, an idea, a dream, a desire, and fear is telling you to wait, this is your nudge, your sign, your gentle reminder to show up, even if it's messy, even if it's imperfect, even if your hands are shaking and you're sweating through your shirt. Show up for yourself. Show up for the version of you who already lives the life you're dreaming of, because she's already within you. She is capable of so much, and the only way to become her is to start acting like her. If you are ready to take this further and you're ready for a community that supports you as you move through fear and action, I'm building one and I invite you to come join us. We're playing around with all things manifestation inside the Manifestation Playground. You can get more details at www.manifestationplayground.ca. Until next time, keep trusting, keep stretching, keep showing up, and keep becoming that version of you who has what she wants. Cheers to creating a life you love. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Manifestation and Money podcast. If today's conversation lit a spark in you and you're craving a space to go deeper with your vision, to actually live what you are manifesting, I want to invite you into something really special. It's called the Manifestation Playground, a high vibe monthly membership where you get to experiment with manifestation techniques, connect in intimate pods of like-minded people, and receive direct mentorship from me twice a month inside our cozy Zoom room. This is where your dream life stops living in your journal and starts showing up in your reality. Vision, energy, accountability, it's all happening inside the Manifestation Playground, and your group might be forming right now. Just head to www.manifestationplayground.ca or click on the link in the show notes to learn more and save your seat. And remember, your vision isn't random. It is your future waiting for you to believe in it. I'll see you next time or inside the playground.